All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Our Overwatch Community Clash EU Grand Final. And I'm proud to say that we are finally going to go for a great matchup here. We have Nike Exiles versus Team Badvam. So if you guys are just tuning in, we do apologize. Our semifinals did have to be canceled due to Team Salami Lid dropping two of their players due to personal reasons. So Nike Exiles has been pushed up from the group stage semifinals straight up to the finals to fight against Team Badvam. So again, welcome back to the Community Clash. Thank you guys for joining us for our Community Clash anniversary. And joining me on the desk right now is Sojum. So Sojum, welcome. You're going to be our analyst and color caster here for today. So you've watched a couple of these guys a couple of these players, and you've also watched their matches yesterday. I have as well, as I was casting it. So what do you think is going to be the predictions for today?
I think Badvam? I mean, the thing is, both teams played pretty messy, but like overall, the thing is, okay, Badvam kind of played like a glorified pug, where they just like, oh, I swap to this, oh, I do this, I do that, and they'd essentially win using the individual mechanics, and while the other team was like, okay, they ran proper compositions, but it almost felt like they had no idea how to like approach the comps, and they often made a ton of really weird mistakes that kind of cost them the game often. Also since XEM is the main one trick, putting him on support and Eric's on DPS probably helped.
Yeah, it is quite interesting to go up against the way how Team Badvam does it, because they do have quite an interesting composition. Like, we know that, for example, Blind Cities does not switch off ball at all. So so the entire comp of Badvam always relies on having either... well, actually, to be fair, though, their main tanks, both Draggery and Blind Cities, are doing pretty well as their main tank. But a lot of their composition is focused on a slightly dive composition. So it's quite interesting. So, I mean, to be fair though, I do understand that like Eric switching off DPS and on support is like, it's quite difficult for Nike Exiles to counteract when like none of their players are playing in quite a set composition. But you have to also give it up for like Nike Exiles, especially their DPS during the last game, which was Beer King, which he got like on the Ashe, was able to counteract Veinless on the Pharah just alone with those 3-shot, and as well with the Bobby was able to counteract most of the team fight. So we'll see how Nike Exiles are going to go for today. But what do you think, Sojourn? What do you think Nike Exiles have that Badvam can't counteract?
Basically, if Nike Exiles clean up the play, they should actually win this, I think. But I don't know whether they actually will, because like, okay, Badvam kind of just plays whatever they want, while Nike Exile actually plays set comps. But one of the issues I find was that they like did comp swaps, but their comp swaps weren't really directly designed around countering what they run sometimes. Like for instance on Oasis, they started on like Death Ball, and then when they're running like Pharah Tracer, they swapped to their own dive, but they didn't really play that properly. And since they're like, okay, they were essentially running into Pharah, diving with Winston, a Tracer, and a Wrecking Ball, basically attacking the backline. And the Diva is kind of in a position where she must peel for all of those things, but also go for Winston. And she was kind of overwhelmed, which is why they essentially weren't really going to win that. And if they had like made the proper counter picks and understood how it would have worked, they could actually have run say onto the Rhino Sombra to hack the ball and to like zone the Tracer out of it. Then so Diva can focus on the Pharah or appealing for Winston when he's diving and whatnot. But like, they're kind of they do make swaps, but the swaps they make aren't necessarily appropriate. It's more or less like they just know certain comps and just play those comps. I don't really understand how to do them. And if they clean that up, I can see them winning, because Badvam just does whatever and kind of makes it work.
I mean, yeah, they do kind of do make it. Sorry, they do just run whatever and makes it work. But I do believe that it all relies on XCM and Veinless to get those picks, because Veinless, like most of the team fights won by Team Badvam, isn't entirely based on the set composition plays, but based on the fact that they get like 3 picks, 2 picks in one team fight, and that's it. That they roll through the entire team. So
Also, both teams seem really bad at utilizing Lucio. Same.
yeah, I mean, you have to give it like it's they hold their beats quite a lot, but maybe it's because of the fact that they're still trying to figure out when the timing is. But we'll see. Maybe so. So these teams have played in the group stage before, so this is going to be a best of 5 final here in the EU Community Clash Anniversary. And we will be playing currently on Gibraltar, so they played this before. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to match up, because normally in a final, and you have 2 different teams that are just met. It takes a while for them to catch up, to figure out, to analyze the other team's play. But they played quite a lot of, at least they played 2 games before in the group stage finals, and they're going to be probably playing the same match at least for the first 3 maps of this best of 5 final. So we're going to see a lot of counterplay picks here. That's going to be more in the tactical sense rather than the game mechanics sense. So we'll see how it's going to go. Anyways, we're about to be starting here in a bit. We're just waiting for both teams to ready up. If you guys are joining us right now, welcome to the Community Clash. This is a monthly tournament held by the R Overwatch Discord, in which we're able to we host a tournament so that non-professional players and amateur players get their first time in tournament play. So a lot of these players are either just starting off as a new organization, or maybe they're just a bunch of people that decided to get together and join this tournament. We personally are not part of the open division or any of tier 3 organized play, but we host these tournaments just so that everyone can get an experience of how it is to play in a tournament, and just so they can get a bit more of a competitive feel. But again, thank you very much for hosting for sticking with us in the Community Clash. We are now celebrating 1 year of hosting these tournaments. It's our 1-year anniversary. So we've been doing this for quite a while, and hopefully we'll keep doing this again. So we're about to ready up. We're just waiting for both teams to be there. Sojum, if you want to stick around, you're welcome to add in a little bit of analysis during the breaks, but I will be casting this matchup. So we are going to be starting in a bit, so thank you very much, and stay tuned for more games. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We are now about to start the first map of a best of 5 map series for the R Overwatch Community Clash Anniversary. We have, on the blue team, we have Team Badvam, versus on the red team, we have Team Nike Exiles. So, well, in this case, blue and orange. So, on the Team Badvam team, we have Eric's, XEM, Dragory, Avichan, Vainless, Blind Sidious, and on Nike Exiles, we have Crackers, Casilton, Jazz, Sky, Beer King, and Devil King. Now, let's see what both teams are going to be running. The comp seems to be for Team Badvam. They're going to be running the typical comp where they're going to have Blind Sidious on the Wrecking Ball, Vainless on the Soldier rather than the Pharah this time, Eric's on the Reaper, XEM on the Zenyatta, and Dragory on the Diva with Avichan on Mercy. Whilst on Team Nike Exiles, we have Crackers on the Tracer, Casilton on the Diva, Jazz on the Zenyatta, Sky on the Mercy, Beer King on the Ashe, he's done well last time, and Devil King on the Monkey. So both teams are going to be running slightly more dive composition. Let's see how they're going to go. With 7 seconds on the clock, we are about to start this first map of the best of 5 map series for the R Overwatch Community Clash, and we are underway. So, interesting enough, both teams are going to be taking a quick dive here. Devil King already taking the low ground, trying to go under. He's looking for a opportunity to strike. He's going to strike here with Casilton, and that's the first point. They're going to push XCM back down to the right behind the choke point here, and they've already gotten the high ground. All the space created before the first map, before the payload has even been pushed. Eric's trying to find a spot here to see if he can get any damage down. He's about to take out nearly takes out Crackers there, but also does pretty close. But luckily Crackers is able to escape, and they already got the payload past the choke without even contestation by Team Badvam. And that is going to start. Vainless trying to get some shots here, wasn't able to get any poke damage, but Casilton has been brought dangerously low. But it's been about a minute already in this match, and there's our first kill. Beer King taking out Eric's. Avichan was able to revive Eric, luckily, and that's going to be quite a close call there by Badvam. Crackers taking out Blind Sidious, and that's one tank down already. Looks like Nike Exiles going out strong in the gate. XCM's about to be the second hit here, being focused down by both tank. Crackers taking out XCM, and that is going to be 2 picks by Nike Exiles. Looks like Badvam's going to have a hard time trying to catch up, and from the looks of it, Team Badvam's already going to concede the first point. They weren't even contesting it unless there's a last-minute contest here by Blind Sidious. He's gonna try and spin to win around the point, but he gets hacked by the Sombra, and Beer King finishes off Blind Sidious, and looks like they have found a way to counteract that Wrecking Ball composition. Switching to the Sombra and making sure that that Wrecking Ball stays hacked means that Badvam's going to be in a very tough position. Dragger is going to get caught out here. He's going to get hacked as well. He's going to get demech'd, and Beer King is going to finish off. Actually, I stand corrected. Draggery was able to survive there, but Beer King could have taken him out. XCM playing it fast and loose with the Zenyatta, trying to take out Beer King, but he's not going to take him out. And that is going to be the first point for Team Nike Exiles. They have the ult economy. They have 3 ult ready with Devil King on the 4th. Blind Sidious is going to switch to the Monkey, knowing that the Wrecking Ball is not going to work, and he gets taken out by Kasilton. Avichan takes out, revives XCM. They have the ults to at least sustain for a team fight, but XCM gets taken down. Nike Exile hasn't even used a single ult yet, and they're already about to take second point. This is entirely based on the neutral game. Avichan has switched to ulted on the Valkyrie to see if he can keep Eric's alive, but Eric is having a tough time trying to deal with it. Beer King takes out Eric, and that is going to be the first another point by Nike Exiles. 3 minutes 56 on the clock. They make it the second point, and it's 5 minutes. The time bank's not looking good. Blind City is going to reset there, and Team Badvam's going to have to run away. Baneless has switched from the Soldier to the Sombra to see if he can counteract that slightly dive composition that Devil King going through. Sorry, that Nike Exile is going through. Just to point it out, ult economy is entirely on Nike Exile's side, seeing as how they have 6 full ults and they are taking shots. XCM goes down by Beer King. That's 1 pick down by Team Nike Exiles. Badvam's gonna have to try to cope. Eric's has switched to the Genji to try and counteract, see if he can get a blade out. And it's not looking good for Team Badvam. Jazz takes out Draggery. Jazz demech Draggery with Crackers finishing off the kill. Kasilton has the bomb, already stalling out point. Sorry, Blind City is stalling out point. They busted out the first ult. Jazz has baited out the Transcendent, but Beer King has finished off Blind Sidious. Beer King nearly about to take out the second. Devil King taking out Avichan. This is all going Nike Exile's way. There's the EMP by Baneless trying to stall it out. Baneless takes out Jazz. That's 1 pick for Team Badvam, but Kasilton busts out the bomb. Looks like Draggery was able to survive that just from the skin of his teeth. XCM busts out the Transcendent just to stall out the point. Just enough, but there's the EMP by Crackers. Is going to take Badvam, the entirety of Badvam EMP'd. Kasilton just trying to try to stall out XCM, but he was able to take out Kasilton. Baneless takes out Beer King. And Badvam has a chance to stall this out for the first time in about 3 minutes and 58 seconds. Jazz about to get taken out by Baneless, but Devil King with the monkey ult. Devil King was able to take out Blind Sidious, but apologies, the chaos is actually making me confused on who's who. Devil King is able to stall out the point, and it's just madness over here whilst Badvam tries to stall it out, but Devil King takes out Avichan. This entire comp switch is making it hard for Badvam to adjust to compensate, and they're about to just get pushed out of point here. There's Eric's trying to do a last-minute blade just to see if he can take out anything, but from the looks of it, they're just going to get backcapped by Devil King pushing out Draggery, and that's round 1 for Team Nike Exiles.
Were those the first kills that Badvam got?
I think those were the first kills Team Badvam got, was after the 3rd point there, Sojum. Like, that's interesting enough. Like, that was quite a fast match, in my opinion. That was what, 3 minutes 22 on the time bank. Nike Exiles really did their homework. They knew that switching to the Sombra would deny Blind Sidious the Hammond his capabilities in Hammond, forcing him to switch to the Winston. So let's see how they're gonna do it now. What do you think, Sojum?
Honestly, I'm pretty happy that actually cleaned up their play a bit, because like one of the main issues was that they essentially couldn't really. They didn't. Okay, back in the play at Gibraltar earlier on defense, they had a pause. By the way.
Oh, okay. Looks like they're gonna be going for a pause for the meantime. See what's gonna happen here. Looks like we're gonna have some technical difficulties. Let's see how it's gonna go.
Apparently, a computer is frozen. So.
Okay, and we're gonna have a pause. So whilst we're waiting for this technical difficulty to go underway, so do you want to talk a little bit about what you think Nike Exiles did correctly there to counteract the Badvam push?
I mean, first of all, they just hacked Blind, and since Blind pretty much only plays Wrecking Ball, and is a lot is a lot less impactful on other heroes. They essentially took away one of the biggest strengths, and also the comp they were running, like Badvam, was kind of really bad into what Nike Exiles did, because I'm not really sure what the Reaper is supposed to achieve against this composition, because it worked last time, because Nike Exiles wasn't really playing around it properly, and you'd often see the Winston just jump into the Reaper and try to 1v1 him or whatever. But now that they have the Sombra, they can just easily hack a target, and because Badvam doesn't have the coordination to actually properly deal with her, they can easily just get a good hack and snowball that. Like, this entire map was just a huge snowball. And Badvam never really got back into a position where they actually regrouped and properly re-engaged. And they just lost.
Yeah, there was a lot. It was a very heavy snowball, and there was some last minute switches by Team Badvam to try and just counteract it. But I think that if they just did a coordinated switch, they would have actually won a couple of team fights. But I think it was just quite difficult for them just to counteract. First, the dies by Devil King combined with the Sombra hacks, and now they're just left. They were just confused on how to counteract it. Vayne switched from Genji to... Vayne switched multiple times, as well as Eric. Eric switched to Genji at one point, just trying to get a blade out. And he was able to blade the back line, only for Devil King just to push off Draggery and backcap the point. So, like, that was an interesting point. That was actually an interesting blade, because that kind of technically C9'd them a little bit. But I feel like Badvam have a chance to come back from this.
Honestly, now that they actually managed to break the comp, I don't really know whether they can come back, but I'll see. Things could change.
We'll see. I think Badvam has a chance, because like they were relying heavily on their initial set comp, but now that they know that it can be countered, maybe they're going to be playing a bit more set plays. They're going to be playing a bit more aggressive, rather than just go for the picks and then just make it easy. They're probably going to go for, okay, we'll do a coordinated push here, and then we're going to make sure if you can combo this ult with that ult, because a lot of the ults were a bit scattered. There's a Valkyrie by Avichan just to keep Eric's alive on the Reaper, but it wasn't enough, seeing as how the rest of the team already died. But okay, it looks like the rest of the we should be getting back soon. Looks like Sky was the one who disconnected and is going to be coming back in a bit. So we'll be starting up in a couple minutes for the for Badvam's attack here on Gibraltar for the first map of our 5-map series in the Community Clash anniversary. So, Sojam, you think there's going to be any last-minute thoughts before we're about to go?
I'll see.
We'll see. It's a 5-map series. The map is things can still go on.
And attack and defense tend to have kind of pretty different results, so...
Yeah, that is true. We'll see. Anyway, 16 seconds, and then we're going to see how Badvam does on assault. Maybe it'll just be a double snowball, and we'll be bringing this to tiebreakers, depending on the time bank. However, Nike Exiles does have a 3-minute, 22-second time bank, so we'll see how they're going to go. They're going to be taking it a bit far off from the high ground, but they have Beer King on the Ash. That's going to be quite dangerous, so we're going to have to be seeing this. Let's see how it can go. Draggery on the dive here. It's already going to take the high ground. Try and focus both tanks off the high ground so you can get a bit more space for his team. And they're going to be a lot more aggressive. They've switched to a dive comp here running the Winston Diva. They're going to try and dive Beer King if possible so you can get some pressure off their back line because of the Ash. And Venus has switched to the Tracer, so it's going to go. Damage boosted Ash though by Sky and Beer King is going to be dangerous. That's one hit potential for a lot of DPS. Casilton already going down, taking out Draggery, but Avichan was able to revive Draggery, so that's at least a push there. That's a bit close. They're going to go for a very coordinated push here on the other ground, see if they can go push straight into point, but Jazz takes out Vaneless. That is a big hit by Nike Exiles. XCM was able to take out Jazz, so it's a 1-to-1 pick, so we'll see how it's going to go. That's one support to one DPS down. This might be a win for Badvam if they can get another pick out before their push, but Sky was able to revive Jazz. That is going to be dangerous here. Another drive by Draggery, but XCM's going to get dived here by Devil King. Vaneless takes out Devil King, saving his DPS, but Jazz was able to take out Draggery. That's another tank for tank differential here, so we'll see how it's going to go. Crackers was able to make it to the med pack before he's going to push, but actually it's possible here that they're able to get to the back. They're able to back up the point since no one's contesting it besides Crackers on the Sombra. Beer King takes out Avichan. That's one DPS down, but Dragger is able to demech Casilton. Blind Sidious is just trying his best to get back on point, but Crackers finishes him off. And it looks like Badvam was able to push the point up, but they're going to have to reset, and it's going to be a team fight 1 for Team Nike Exile. Vaynda's going to try and his best to run away here. And yeah, that is one team fight lost. What do you think, Soldier?
They force Dragger into Winston, and that's the win condition.
That is the win condition. Well, we're gonna have to see. Dragger's close to the monkey ult, so we may see at least a good push here. Dragger's got the monkey ult. Ult economy is currently on Nike Exile's side. So we'll see how they're going to respond to this. Baneless is going to try and focus on Crackers, but sadly he hacked the med pack. He's probably going to take out Jazz. Ooh, but that was a missed pulse bomb there by Baneless. There's the XCM blade, but Beer King melees XCM, and that's one blade down. They're going to go for the, they're going to use Dragger to at least push the point, to push the rest of Nike Exiles out and maybe just push it past point. But Devil King's right there, stalling the entire point. All they have left is Eric's and Avichan. There's the bomb by, there's the last minute bomb there by Blind City to see if he can get the, Devil King, but apparently Devil King smart enough to hide behind the shield. Avichan gets finished off by Jazz, and there is Baneless just trying his best to survive just on the back line there at 16 points, and that is Team Badvam back on the defense, and that's one team fight won by Nike Exiles again.
Honestly, it's also very much the support duo like holding them back, because I don't see what Mercy does with this comp if running a Lucio. Like if they're running a Zen, Mercy would make complete sense, right?
That
but
is
as it stands, the Lucio just kind of yeets around in the area and doesn't really do much. It takes long to build up beat. Mercy has no peel. Oh, okay.
Okay, there's the first pick by XCM taking out Crackers. There's the beat by Eric's, and that's probably going to be enough to win this team fight. They got the sustain power here. All they have to do is get the picks. Dragger's going to try and go for Beer King, but he gets pushed off by Casilton. They're just on the point right now, just trying to get as much of the people out there as possible. They can at least unite it, but Devil King was able to monkey ult, but there's a combination of the EMP by Crackers get everyone. The Casilton with a triple kill on the bomb on point, and that is Team Badvam again on the back foot. Blind City is just trying to reset, but Team Nike XL is trying their best to stall him out. 25 seconds to go. This is going to Team Badvam's, this is going Nike XL's way on the first map here in Gibraltar. Let's see how they're gonna go. With 16 seconds, they can still push it, but if they do push it, they're gonna have to make it all the way to the third point on a very limited time bank. So let's see how it's gonna go. But shout out to Devil King there and Beer King, who were able to pull it out. Also, because Jazz just as a Zenyatta has been popping off, making it almost like a 3 DPS. But Venus takes out 2 with the Tracer Ult. This is the push that Badvam needs. Blind just takes out Devil King. That's 3 already down. All they have to do is make sure they don't push, stay off the point. Casilton trying his best to just stall it out, but he gets pushed out, and I think that might be enough. If he gets the kill, that's the first point with 2 minutes 28 to go. That is Team Badvam by the skin of their teeth. They have made it out. Vayne's trying to get some picks here. He's about to take out Sky. He takes out Sky. That's 1. This could snowball to another push. They can take out Beer King. Beer King gets taken out by Draggery. That's 2. All they have to do is just stall out these points. They have to just stall out the backline so they can get as much point on the as much distance on the payload as possible. That was a good push there by Vaneless. Very risky play. That could have risked the entire play, but he was able to get 2, and that was able to get Badvam all the way up as much space as possible. Ult economy is currently on Nike XL spot. There's the bomb there. Sadly, the shield is gonna drop right in front of in front of Blind City's bomb, so that's gonna deny everything. But XCM takes out Crackers. Now it's just up to Devil King here just to stall out the point. Beer King takes out Draggery, so that's 2 tanks already. That's 1 tank down. Let's see how they're going to respond to this. Badvam is trying their best to stay alive. Sky was able to revive Crackers, so that is going to be a tough fight here for Badvam. Nike XL doing proper Overwatch here, textbook Overwatch, making sure that they can, making sure to get those picks out of the back line, and it looks like they're going to win this team fight. So let's see how Team Badvam's going to respond to this. They have Avichan with the Valkyrie ult. That's good enough to sustain them. Vaneless has the Tracer Bomb, and if he can get a Tracer Bomb just like he did in that last point, that would be enough to win this team fight. Let's see how Eric's is going to respond. Is Nike XL going to try and bait out the beat or the Valkyrie first? Whichever gets played. If they can try, XCM's close to the Blade. If they can keep XCM alive and sustain him, they'll be able to Blade and damage boost with the Mercy. There's XCM with the Blade. There's the beat just to pull it out. There's XCM trying to get a Blade. There's a bomb by Casilton there trying to get something, but Crackers already takes out Eric's. Looks like those double ults wasn't enough to get the push, and Team Badvam's going to be on the back foot here. That wasn't enough. So it looks like Team Badvam wasn't able to make that push with 29 seconds to go, and all their ults wasted. Beer King still has the bobble. That was beautiful combinations there by Team Nike Exiles. Casilton and Crackers were able to at least deny Lucio. So they were able to deny Eric's before that push. So this is gonna be tough for Badvam. They have 11 seconds to go, no stall out. It all relies on if they can get Blind Sidious to get the mech fast enough. At least the mech's up. That's one thing going for them. Can Blind Sidious get a bomb fast enough and stall out the point before this goes? Casilton already takes out XCF. Casilton on a roll here, just taking out the DPS one by one. This time point, he's already gonna take out AV Chan as well. And Beer King takes out Fadeless, and that's Badvam out of this first map. There's the last minute bomb by Blind Sidious. It's not gonna take everything because Devil King with a perfectly paced bubble is going to protect the rest of the team, and that is Badvam for second point. First map of this 5-map series goes to Nike Exiles.
Damn. That kind of hurt to watch. Okay. Again, this is very much a case of them just moving the comfort picks, because I do not understand why you'd run a Genji into this comp. Like, you're running into a Sombra, who will perma-hack you. When you blade Xenos Trance, you can't really engage the Ashe properly. The backlane would just get peeled for, and since the Tracer and Genji dives are really uncoordinated, they wouldn't really get the burst damage to actually get to the peeling, right? And then you don't have a Zen, which means that you can't really focus fire properly because you know Discord Orb dive kind of useful. And then the Mercy just kind of there and has no proper feel for her, and she also doesn't really contribute to the fight outside of adding a ton of heals.
I agree 100%. I agree with it. It's just like we're gonna have to see how Badvam's gonna have to counteract this. But this could just be a pale, just because it's Assault. Gibraltar is quite difficult to come back from, especially when you get snowballed on the first round. So for 1 week, this could just be a 1-map difference. Maybe it's gonna be different on 2CP, or it's gonna be different during control point. So we'll see how Badvam's gonna respond to this. But Nike Exile has gone strong out of the gate. Like much as how we can say that the DPS change, first and foremost, Crackers on the Sombra entirely counteracted Badvam. So props to Crackers on that Sombra pick. That was very great. But like, shout out as well to Beer King with his Ashe picks. I mean, we've seen it yesterday and we were seeing it today. His picks are quite momentous in making sure that the team fights are going to be won. But I believe a special call out should be brought out here to both Casilton and Devil King. That was interesting, especially on Casilton, where every time the Diva dives, two of the support backlines already been picked off, either Eric's or AD Chan. So it's gonna be quite hard for Badman just to peel away. And Devil King just stalling out the points was just beautiful on the Winston. So Nike Exiles coming out strong right now. We'll see how Badman's gonna respond to this in our second map point.
We will see. We will see.
We will see.
I was curious because I feel like Badvam could adapt if they played it right. But I don't know. Like, with how they played last time.
Anyways, we are about to be underway for the second map, so we'll see about this. But honestly, I think that we could be going to a 5-map series. I'm hoping that Badvam is gonna change up their playstyle here. But anyways, we are gonna be underway here for map 2 of the best of 5 or our Overwatch Community Clash Anniversary Final. Give it up for Team Badvam and Team Nike Exiles. We are here, map 2 here in Nepal. So for those of you watching, welcome to the Community Clash Anniversary. We are a monthly tournament hosted by the Overwatch Community Discord, and we are a tournament that is made by the community for the community. So in about 2 seconds, we're going to see how the different comps are going to adapt, and we'll see how it's going to be different here on a control point map. All right, so it looks like we're going to have Blind Sidious back on the ball for Team Bad. Actually, sorry, I changed my, I stand corrected. Blind Sidious switching back to the Hog. Eric's still sticking onto the Reaper. Well, okay, Badvam decided to go through almost 5 different compositions in one go, whilst Team Nike Exiles are just sticking to a quite brawly composition now, where they have Devil King on the Reinhardt, Casilton on the Diva, who's been doing very well. Crackers is going to be on the Junkrat this time. We'll see how that's going to change. This entirely damage-focused comp, and Beer King is going to be on the Symmetra, so this is going to be quite a hassle for Shield. So let's see how they're going to go. Both teams are going to go straight for the top right push. Nike Exiles gonna go for a top right push. Actually, Team Badvam's gone straight for a push towards main, and they already have the point. And it's just gonna be a ride for ride battle. The May pick there by Vainless seems to might be the right answer to this. They're gonna try and take out the Symmetra turret on point that's been currently poking damage. No picks as Lemoyne. Crackers takes out Draggery. That's one Rhine down, and that's XCM down by Crackers again. Looks like this is gonna be quite tough for Team Badvam. Eric's was able to take out 3. This is actually a winnable fight here by Team Badvam. Beer King takes out Eric's. It's still even picking for both teams, but based on the numbers alone, Nike Exiles has the advantage. Beer King takes there's the Moira ult there by AVChef. See if he can keep his team alive so the rest of the team can come back. XCM's already back as the Lucio, and Draggery's already back on the ride, so that's gonna be quite hard for them to sustain. So let's see how they can get those picks up. It's still madness in the middle, but Team Badvam has the point. 26%, that's good, and they're gonna start building it. There's Crackers with the double kill with the tire. Devil King takes out Vainless. Badvam's gonna have to back away from here, but they built up the ult, and that's gonna be the point for Team Nike Exiles. With 38%, that was a good push by Team Badvam. Let's see how they're gonna respond to this.
I'd argue that Badvam had no like business losing that fight, because once you have point control with that comp, you should just be able to basically rotate CDs, and just they shouldn't be able to push into you, right? I have no idea what happened there. Maybe Blind didn't have a bubble for Draggery, but like he shouldn't have exploded at that point and should have kept the space. So whatever.
All right, well, we're gonna see that Team Badvam's currently gonna go through main again. They're gonna go for the same tactic as before. They're gonna push through main all bunched up. See if there were. There's the beat by XCM. That's gonna give them the sustain power. Big shatter there by big shatter there by Devil King, but the paw grab by Blind Sidious saves the entirety of Team Badvam from that push, and it looks like they're gonna finish off the fight. Team Badvam's got the point, and that is gonna be a team kill by Team Badvam. Beautiful combination there by Blind Sidious to grab right after Devil King Shatter to save the rest of the team. That could have been dangerous. I believe Eric got caught off by that Shatter, but luckily Blind Sidious was able to use that Graviton Surge to save the rest of his team. So that was a good play there. Let's see how Team Nike Exile is going to respond to this. Nike Exile is coming in hard and fast over up on the top right. They're going to take the high ground here, see if they can get some pick damage, maybe get a pick before they can drop down. But AVChan and Vainless both have their ults. All the economy is currently on Badvam's side unless Nike Exiles can get a tire out. But there's the push there by Devil King, takes out Draggery. The Moira Coalescence enough just to keep the rest of the team alive, but Jazz takes out Vainless, and it looks like Team Badvam's gonna have to back out from this because it may not be enough. There's a last minute tire there by Crackers. See if he can stall at the point. XCM trying to stall it out to at least 99%, 91%, 92%. Eric's is here just to stall it out. See if they can stall it out to 99, but sadly it's not enough. However, that was a good play by Badvam to at least waste Crackers on the tire, and I believe Casilton's bomb. So, and Jazz's Coalescence, but they may need to build ult fast enough if they want to respond to this. Nike Exile has the sure footing here. They're gonna try and go really aggressive. Maybe they know that Badvam always goes through main, so they're gonna try and reroute back into the point. See if they can hold it a little bit more conservatively compared to holding it aggressively. Let's see how we're gonna go. XCM needs to build up that beat if they want to have the sustaining power to beat Nike Exile. There's the wall by Symmetra. That's gonna make the fight two-sided here. Looks like Blind Sidious nearly gets zoned out there. Eric takes out Devil King. That's the first point. There's the beat by XCM. Luckily, he was able to make it out. They need to take out the tire if they want to win. Nike Exile needs to make sure that they stay within Jazz's Coalescence range, or else they're going to get isolated. Draggery's nearly going to get taken out by Casilton. Looks like Nike Exile has the chance. There's the last minute beat by Sky, giving this a big shatter by Draggery. He's going to take out 3, combined with Blind City's by Blind Sidious Graviton Surge, but Devil King comes back with his own version of the Shatter, and it's just Eric's and Blind Sidious versus Devil King, and it looks like they were able to win it. Team Badvam stalled the point out, and they're gonna win first point here in Nepal.
Badvam ran an actual team comp.
You had to give it to Badvam. That was a good play. Combination of both the last minute shatter by Draggery before he died, combined with Blind Sidious Graviton Surge, saved them. Devil King nearly brought it back for Nike Exiles with that beautiful shatter, but just a combination of Eric surviving and Blind just surviving made it sure that Badvam was able to survive, but that was pretty close. You gotta give them credit.
Yeah, credit where credit is due, I guess. Yeah, like they actually played this round a lot better since they actually ran a proper comp with intent. I'm not sure about the Pharaoh swap, but I guess it worked in that context. But Yeah.
We'll see
they're
how
running
it's going to
the
go
Ritual
here
Hall.
in Nepal's second point. So this is going to be a lot of environmental kills. So Blind Sidious and Dragger are going to have a bit of their work cut out for them. Devil King and Casilton are going to stick to the dive comp. They're not going to rely on the environmental kills here. They're going to just rely on the pure dive power to see if it can go. Or Dragger already getting pushed out, but Blind Sidious was able to take out Crackers. That's one. But Devil King and Casilton were able to push Vainless and Draggery out from the main point, leaving Badvam isolated and zoned out. XCM's going to try and stall out the point here, but they're going to Blind City gets caught out here in the close quarters battle, and Team Nike Exiles playing it nice and compact with their composition, knowing that they should stick together if they want to keep the wins, and it looks like they're going to take first point. That was beautiful play by Nike Exiles.
I don't understand the Lucio here. Oh, okay, the one's done.
They're running a dive comp, so that's why they need the Lucio. Anyways, let's see how Badvam's going to run with this.
They were running like Hogzari, I mean, but XCM just swapped to the Mrs. so it's fine.
Okay, so they're gonna have Vainless on the fire right here. Let's see if he's gonna make some good work. Now let's Team Nike Exile is gonna play it very, very aggressive. Actually, they're on the wrong side, so they're just doing hide and seek on the corridor. Jazz with the coalescence, try and get the, but Casilton gets knocked out as well as Draggery. Eric's with the Reaper ult is gonna take out. My apologies. Bear King with the Reaper ult takes out XCM and Blind Sidious. So that's a team fight lost by Badvam, and Beer King just finished off Eric's. That was a team fight lost by Team Badvam based on, I believe, was a miscommunication error here, but Nike Exile was able to capitalize it, and that beautiful Reaper ult that by Beer King was able to take out two and just ended the team fight there. Right now, ult economy is currently with Nike Exile. Sky's about to build up that beat. Casilton already has the bomb to zone it out. Only thing left for Team Badvam is maybe the ball creep, but he gets EMP hacked by Crackers, but Vainless is able to take out Devil King. That's even though they may have they don't have their abilities, they're able to sustain long enough to get a pick. There's the beat by Sky just to keep everyone alive. XCM trying to get some picks here from the damage, and they are able to they're able to take the point. The first time in this entire matchup with 81%. Vainless were able to take out Sky, and this is gonna go Badvam's way. Ooh, looks like Jazz is gonna get pushed out there, and Beer King's gonna, they're gonna reset, and it looks like Team Badvam finally get the point. Nearly making it 0 to 90%, but luckily they were able to hold it out.
The EMP Diva bombed in the west position is pretty good at. Like there was cover there. Why would you EMP Diva bomb a position where they could just run into cover and not die?
It was a last minute bomb, maybe they tried to stall it out, but yeah, that was a misplay there by Nike Exiles. Good enough that Badvam was able to at least Badvam was able to bait out that Diva bomb and work on that misplay. There's Eric's with the Reaper ult, only taking out Jazz. Beer King decides to say no and takes out Eric's as well. Blind Sidious has switched back to the ball. See if he can work. He's got the ult. It worked out. Took out Sky. He's gonna de-mech Casilton as well, and looks like it's working out for Team Badvam. XCM takes out Devil King, and this is going the way of Team Badvam. Beautiful shot there by Vainless to finish off Beer King, and this is going to Team Badvam's way.
They swap back to the Wrecking Ball, but Badvam actually keeps engaging them before they actually get to a position where they can like hack him, right? And I don't think that Nike Exile is playing aggressive enough to recapitalize on the comp. Like they don't even let the Sombra set up, and they just kind of run in. Like see, right now the Sombra is like really far behind them, and she instead of setting up, she's just like standing there. Okay, she's coming now.
All right, they're gonna go for a push here. Let's see, we got Blind Sidious back on the flank on the balls, gonna try and get himself a boot, but Team Nike Exiles playing it smart. They're gonna play it inside the close range quarters, that way Blind Sidious doesn't have space to move. They're gonna try and focus on the ball first. He gets to escape. They're gonna go for a dive. Misplay there by Devil King, hitting the wall. Luckily, they're rerolled by Beer King, but Vainless takes him out, and Eric's was able to take out Devil King, and this is going to go Badvam's way at 99%. There's the last minute ball with the EMP, forcing Badvam out of the point, but of course there were Blind Sidious nearly takes out Casilton. That was luckily by Casilton there, and they're gonna just try and stall out the point. Sky trying his best to see if he can build up beat. He has beat. Is he gonna pop it right now? He does, just so he can stall it out as much as possible. He's gonna try and keep Casildan alive so he can get his mech back. Insidious takes out Crackers. There's the Levin bomb by Draggery. Takes out Sky, but Devil King was able to make it back to the point. There's the Transcendence by XCM to keep the rest of the teams alive, but it's combined with the Coalescence. It may be enough to stall at the point. Veinless takes out Beer King, XCM takes out Jazz, and that is second point on Nepal, and Badvam wins. Nepal
and
giving us to a tie. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for a one-map tie right now on map 3 of the Overwatch Community Clash Anniversary EU Grand Finals. Badvam has just taken a map away from Team Nike Exiles here in Nepal. Beautiful play here by Crackers, taking that play of the game. And that is going to be 1-1 for both teams. And we are now moving on to map 3.
So what I can say about this is that Badvam actually kind of adapted and decided to like change how to play into the composition. And overall, Nike Exiles just didn't execute it didn't really feel like they had a proper game plan. Like, okay, they had some ideas, but like didn't really know how to execute them. Or for instance, like that Diva bomb and EMP combo. It's like, okay, they have an idea of what they want to do, and they just do it. But it's almost like they execute plans without thinking of the context of the entire situation, right? They're like, okay, I'll do this, and we do this, without actually thinking, oh wait, if we do this in this situation, then this won't work, right? And they just kind of do things that is like set plays without actually thinking about them, and I don't know. I just don't like how they play.
All right, but I think that was Badman was able to bring it back from the brink, though. You have to admit, Sojun. They were able to get back from their first map loss there, but in Gibraltar, bring it back in Nepal, and we'll see how it's gonna go here on our third map.
They had no business winning Sanctum anyway.
You still pissed off at Sanctum?
Dude, okay. Why do you start? Okay, why do you like? You run like Orisa Hog, but then you put Lucio when running a Mercy instead of having stun properly. But then you also don't really utilize Lucio and push in properly or to relocate. As in, usually you run Lucio with Wizard comps for rotations and whatnot, and then you like run a Moira. But they go with Mercy, which means that they only have single targeted heal and not that much. And then they take a Lucio who actually does nothing that comp. Like, these people, they keep like both teams keep playing Lucio sometimes during situations where they have no business playing him. I just don't understand.
I feel like they're trying to go for the boops. They're trying to go for the environmental kills. Like the initial point of picking Orisa Hog plus the Lucio was entirely so that they can find a way just to get everyone off the point into the ground. And somehow that Orisa pick was a bit of a misplay, in my opinion. Like, they immediately just like Devil King immediately dive Draggery, takes out Draggery and takes out XCM, who's hiding behind the shield. Like, that was interesting, in my opinion.
But to Nike's credit, it's a bit harder to get value out of hacking Hammond on that map if they're like holding choke super hard. Because as Sombra, you like have to run around, and if you hack the Hammond, they're still in choke and they can just disengage, and you won't really get too much value out of doing that, since there's still a little space between the point and the choke. So I know I was like throwing shade at them for saying that they didn't really deal with the Hammond properly and that they weren't really playing around him, but to their defense, it's not that easy on this map.
I agree. It is not easy on that map. But our next map is going to be Hollywood. So what do you think is going to go? How do you think it's going to go, Sojun?
Honestly, at this point, it's like the comps to player. It's like they decide what comps to player to win.
Yeah, it's interesting that both teams are actually equally skilled. Like, I believe this could go to a 5-map series, which is quite.
It could.
Yeah, which is quite good, especially for the finals, because like it's interesting to cast like a 3-map series, but like especially this where you see like both players are adapting their comps based on sometimes even on the fly. It's interesting to see the style of Overwatch. I mean, we do see the slightly, they're picking the Orisa, the Soldier, the Lucios, but the fact that they know that both teams know that players are going to be good with certain heroes and trying to adapt that style. Like, you'll see comps that don't make sense, but at the same time, they know that kind of does. They're trying to counteract the player themselves and not the hero. So we'll see how it's going to go here in Hollywood.
I mean, I wonder whether Beer King would play that. Because if they... I could also see Vayne... If they play a dive or whatever, I could see Vainless playing Solo 76 on point A. Since... if they're on defense, right? But overall, Hollywood is a map which has like really long sightlines and a lot of high ground control. So I'm expecting both teams to play dives. Although I could see them run a super hard death ball with like Moira, Lucio, and like Reaper May, whatever. But I do expect them both to run dive comps and probably put Beer King on Dash, since I don't think that any of the teams have a player who's like comfortable on Widowmaker.
Yeah, that is actually interesting. There is no hit scan main besides Beer King on the Ash, but there's no Widowmaker. There's no I mean, maybe McCree's not working out in this club, especially now, but there's no Widowmaker, which is very surprising. Or maybe we're gonna see it when we have Ilias come. Actually, no, Control Point has already been finished, so we were not gonna have Ilias anymore. So
I could see it happen on Hollywood. But I'm not sure. But if blind on the Hammond makes it really hard for a Widow to survive, right? Which is why the Ash makes
more sense. And
she gets peel for herself and whatnot.
And then combined with the damage boosted Ash is just insane. Like, I mean, why even bother switching to Widow when you can just have a Mercy, damage boost you on the Ash, instant headshot, you're done.
Mm-hmm. And you also have way more survivability into a dive.
Yeah. Anyways, so we're gonna be coming back here. We're gonna have a 2-minute break just so you can get some water, stay hydrated, get some, take a break for a bit. But we'll be back in a bit for our next map here in the third map of the our Overwatch Community Clash Anniversary EU Grand Final, and it's gonna be here in Hollywood. Stay tuned in a bit.
Welcome to Hollywood.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the third map of the Best of 5 map series for the our Overwatch Community Clash Anniversary EU Grand Finals, where we have Team Badvam and Team Nike Exiles both having 1 map win here in the Grand Finals. So we are underway in Hollywood, and we are ready to go. So we are gonna see a good matchup here on Hollywood. Combination, a hybrid map, so we're gonna see a combination of how both teams played in Gibraltar and in Nepal. So we'll see how they're gonna counteract here on first point, and then how they're gonna respond when they're gonna push the payload. So it's going to be quite interesting for Team Badvam. They started off the series a bit weak, but they were able to pull it back in Nepal. But Nike Exiles strong the entire time, and only through a couple of misplays were they able to Badvam able to eke out a victory. So we'll see how Hollywood's going to be going. Is it going to be Nike Exiles going to take it away here for the best of 5 map series, or is Badvam going to start waking up and maybe we might be taking it to a tiebreaker? They might be able to take it away here. We don't know until we are ready in about 13 seconds. So let's get this started. In 8 seconds, we are gonna have the third map here in the Community Clash. Everyone, if you are in Twitch chat, send your support over in chat. Give some love to both teams, and we are now underway. So Nike Exile is gonna be on defense. It's gonna be on the offense, whilst Team Badvam's on the defense. Looks like it's a good strong push here by Team Nike Exiles. They're gonna go straight for the dive here on the high ground. No picks yet. Vainless was able to make it away before Devil King and Casilton were able to push up, but now they're all up on the high ground. Let's see how it's gonna go. There's the just poke damage here. They're just trying to figure out a way to attack this point without wasting too much resources. They're now gone straight in. Looks like Casilton's gonna get brought down a little bit, but Draggery is very close from dying. Luckily being saved by that XCM Immo field, by the Immortality field, apologies. And it looks like Casilton's gonna get demeched. He's probably gonna get taken out as well, and this is gonna be oh, actually, Vainless was able to take out Casilton. I was about to say that Team Nike Exiles are going to have to back away, but that Coalescence means that they're still pushing up. And that's Team Badvam is going to be holding out. Another Immortality field here by XCM saves the Eric 6 out Beer King, and that's a team fight that's going to be won by Badvam. But Nike Exile can't seems to not take the seems to not be informed, because they've been trying to fight that out. But that is going to be a team fight 1 for Team Badvam. Nike Exiles is having a hard time trying to break that defense.
Badvam, I mean, Nike Exiles had no business losing that fight. Like, they didn't use high ground properly. The hack prioritization is also kind of off. Like normally in this specific instance, it should be Trackers' job to constantly hack the Rhine or to hack the Immortality field after baiting it. but they just aren't doing it. So, oh, that's EMP.
Yeah, there's the EMP by Crackers. Looks like he was saving it. Beer King takes out Draggery. Jazz takes out Avichan. That's already the first point. But Vayne, let's see if he can pull it back from the point. There's the Graviton Surge. And Badvam's just gonna win this, but at what cost? They wasted 3 ults compared to Team Nike Exiles 1, and they still don't even stall out the point. Badvam's, Nike Exiles gonna win this. Blind City is just gonna get stalled out there, and that's first point to Nike Exiles.
Right now, Badvam has only like they got up 2 ults ready, so I think the trade wasn't that bad. Since Nike Exiles is gonna have 5 ults next fight, while Badvam has 2.
2. Blind Sidious was actually already with the Zarya. I believe he wasted the grab. He used the Graviton Surge already. So yeah.
Under the swap now. So, considering the fact that they're going hog, I'm pretty sure that Nike Exiles just snowball at this point.
We'll see how they're going to respond. Baneless has been doing very well with his barrage. Blind Sidious really takes out Jazz. Maybe the snowball might not happen. That was a very good pick there by Blind Sidious taking out Jazz. They're going to try and take out Devil King as well, but he's going to make it out alive. Oop, never mind. Blind Sidious hooks him. And with Herix's help, takes out Devil King. And
what are they doing?
Looks like Nike Exiles isn't going to snowball this, Sojum.
What are they doing? Well, looks like they didn't snowball it. I honestly have no idea how a Parrot gets in a position to kill your Moira without actually losing space, but what happens.
Yeah, I believe that was a very good hook by Blind Sidious. He noticed that the Devil King was already low, but Beer King with the ult is going to take out Draggery and Eric, so that's not going Badvam's way. Looks like that may have been a good push, but it may not be enough. Blind Sidious is going to try his best to take it out, but he really should be backing off at this point. All he has left is XCM trying to keep him alive. Immo Field bit out too late. You're going to waste it out. XCM is going to get focused down by Casilton. AV10 was able to get Eric's, so we'll see how let's see if Eric's was able to at least get some conversions based on his res, but it's not enough. A barrage there by Baneless zones out the rest of the team, enough to get them down, but they're not contesting the payload. That's free space, free real estate here for Nike Exiles. And this is going to be quite a tough battle here. Beer King takes out XCM, that's 1 support down. Baneless needs to get those picks on the fire, or else this is going to be quite hard for them to sustain this out. Draggery has the Shatter ready, but it's just looking for the spot. Blind Sidious already uses the full hog. Just try and whole hog just to stall point. There's the Shatter, but midway of the hack. Beautiful hack there by Crackers on the Sombra, and that's Nike Exiles winning this fight.
Honestly, I really like how Nike Exiles is approaching the Para. Because with their comp, basically, they have a lot of... They can basically, learning a dive, right? Moira shouldn't die to Para. Reaper can just teleport around and raise form. Sombra also shouldn't die to her. And as long as they keep diving the backland and just ignoring the Para, she can't do anything, right? Basically, kill the backland before the Para does anything, right? And now the snowball.
That is true. That's a snowball taking out Baneless and Draggery. However, Blind Sidious is able to take out Jazz. That may be a snowball, but may not be enough because they haven't pushed the payload during that pick. Let's see what's going to happen here. Casilton taking the high ground as well. Actually, all of Nike Exile is going to take the high ground here. Maybe they're going to try and push Eric's. Eric's has to...
They have a Death Blossom, I think.
Yeah, so Eric's does have the Death Blossom. Oh, so does Beer King. So this is quite dangerous for Team Badvam. Baneless has switched back to the Junkrat. That is for every single ult being busted out there by Nike Exiles. No conversions though. Eric's trying to respond with his own Reaper ult. Baneless take out the Devil King, but with response of 3 of their own, Badvam is going to have to back away from this very fast unless they can stall out the point, because Nike Exile is on a roll right now. There's the Junkrat Tower by Baneless. See if he can get someone. He can't find anyone. That Reaper by Beer King. That Wraith Form by Beer King just stalling it out. And then Blind Sidious has switched back to the Hammond ult, to the Hammond Ball. Just to try and stall out something, because Casilton's pretty low. Actually, it's just Blind Sidious on the point, spinning to win. It's working out, actually. It is actually working out. They're able to take out Casilton really low. Draggery takes out Devil King, and that stalls out the point at 1 minute 58. And Badvam, from the skin of their teeth, have actually won this fight. Well, I say win. They've stalled out the fight. The fight hasn't actually been won yet.
And the ults heavily favor Nike.
That ult economy, yeah, is entirely on Nike Exiles. We're all just waiting for Crackers to get that EMP out. And that's gonna be...
Did you see the Death Blossom last fight?
Yes, Beer King... Yeah, Nike Exiles used that Death Blossom.
Beer King Death Blossom and got beaten, but he's like Death Blossoming in somewhere in Zimbabwe while they are in America. Okay.
Yeah, that is true. That is factual. That Death Blossom went somewhere. It's there's the whoa! Blind just takes out the Crackers with that ult, even though they got all EMP. That's one pick. XCM gets taken out by Devil King. Beer King gonna try and get up forward. Draggery is just all alone here. There's the Death Blossom by Beer King. He saw the mistake happen last time, but no conversions again. Vedas gets taken out by that bomb. That was impressive, and that's first point. Oh, actually, no, that is not first point. I spoke too soon there.
Man, Beer King must love traveling because he keeps Death Blossoming in completely different countries. I don't understand what he's trying to reach.
Initiating match.
Yeah, the enemy is still in like Nepal. He's Death Blossoming in Hollywood.
He's Death Blossoming in Hollywood.
I mean, to be fair though, at least Eric's is Death Blossoming slightly close, but he keeps getting killed before the Death Blossom comes out.
I mean, that's what happens when you swap this hard road.
But
I mean, they did go Sigma later, but I don't think they were really making space for a Death Blossom. He just kind of ran in and yeeted it in and got a bit of value, but then he instantly.
props to the Crackers. Those somber plays were actually pretty useful, especially with the especially the hacks. That was just pure plays. But I think in this case it wasn't Casilton, but more the Devil King on for the tank plays. Those were some pretty good plays on the Winston that was able to take out the backline for. It's pretty hard to counteract that, to peel for the backline for Badvam. They really need to figure out a way to peel because it's getting difficult for them to keep doing this pushes where XCM gets pushed out, Avichan gets pushed out. It's just they have the mechanical skill, but they don't have the set plays. So we'll see how it's gonna go.
What is this team comp? They're actually going Hog Zarya with current Hog. Whatever.
You have any comments on that, Sojo?
I think my reaction says it all.
All right, so let's see how Team Badvam's gonna go here against Team Nike Exiles on this fight for first point in Hollywood. With 49 seconds on the clock, Team Badvam did do a good chance just stalling out the point. So let's see how they're going to respond here on the attack with against Nike Exile. Blind City is taking out Devil King. Sky was able to revive Jazz, but Beer King takes out Vainless. That Ashe against Farah pick really is difficult, but Blind City is pulling it back from the brink. About to take out Jazz. Weirdly missed on the shot, but Dragger was able to finish it out. That's still a good pick there by Team Badvam. Vainless was able to get back to the point, and that's first point on Hollywood for Team Badvam. That was fast by Team Badvam. They saw that. Ooh, actually, another beautiful shot there by Vainless. Looks like he was already being annoyed by that Ashe counterplay. He's gonna take matters in his own hands. This is going to be a good fight here for Team Badvam.
Meanwhile, Krakos is setting up behind them. He's like really far back. Just waiting. I'm guessing he's scouting and he's gonna go for a hack so they can get a proper engage, but how feels.
Ooh, that was actually, we just saw that Crackers tried to go for that proper engage, but Team Badvam read that play. So looks like he's gonna have to try again, but he knows that the Sombra exists, so they're gonna try and keep it up. There's the hack, I believe, by I believe the hack was on Vainless keeping it, but luckily he's still on the high ground. Or sorry, he's on the low ground. I'm looking at the wrong people. XCM gets taken out, so that's gonna be tough here. Eric's gonna try his best to take out Devil King. There's the Coalescence by Avichan. Gonna keep the rest of the team alive. It's well working out. Vainless with the barrage takes out two, but Casilton was able to finish him off. It's just left to Beer King and Casilton now. There's the Bob. Eric's is nearly gonna get picked out here, but he's gonna get zoned out. Blind City just takes out Devil King. He's gonna try and focus or at least get aggro on the Bob so he can get it off his backline. They're gonna try and kill it. Big dynamite there by Ashe takes out all three, but Eric's was able to. Casilton's gonna try and support Beer King here, but they're making some good headway on the payload. Casilton hasn't contested yet. They're gonna contest here, but the transcendence by a transcendence and a combination of a hack by Crackers is gonna get Nike Exiles the team fight win here.
I think I get the idea behind the Hog Zarya comp. Basically, the idea is that you essentially create a zone of death because you're the payload, right? Hog hooks you, or Zarya just deletes you with high energy, right? And wow, Vayne just killed Jazz. I think okay, they can't present.
Yeah, no, this was a misplay here by Team Badvam, taking out with Avichan being with Avichan Vainless and Blind Sages being caught on the backline.
But yeah, thing is, I don't think Kratos is utilizing high ground well enough because his main job here should be to hack either the hog or the Zarya, depending on the situation. Because like if you hack the Zarya, she essentially can't bobble the hog, and then you could just anti-nade him. But I mean, that was running. I don't know. I was mistaken for the team. And if you hack the hog Zarya, they essentially lose one of the main tools of actually, you know, keeping pressure on the payload. But maybe they'll do it better now.
Alright, there's the Bob there by Beer King to see if he can stall out the point. There have been Cracker taking out Vaneless again. Devil King takes out XCM. This is going towards Nike Exiles' way. That was textbook. That was textbook Overwatch by Nike Exiles. Managed to resources effectively. Just, you know, use the ult only when needed, and once they got the picks, that's it.
The Ashe should also be getting a free Bob pretty much every fight because of the Hog. Same goes for Crackers. So I honestly I don't like this combo anymore. This just swap. Like, they aren't going to get any space. Ashe gets free dynamites since they have no way of really covering for them outside of maybe a bubble or two. At which point they waste bubbles. At which point with those in their engage, which allows them to dive. And you won't get much value with it. Oh, nice.
That was 2 picks. That hurts. It's almost embarrassing. It's almost embarrassing the way Beer King is getting these free kills, man. Like, Team Badvam have to push Ashe. They have to be. They have to get up there because the way it's going, Beer King's just getting these free kills, man.
The Duskers can't set up, right? They can't do anything about the upper position. Oh, what?
Oh, okay. Blind Sage just decided to just say no you and just go up against the entirety of the team. He gets taken out.
This is exactly why they shouldn't run this comp. you get to high ground, you almost killed someone, they disengage, Somber hacks you die and feed. I'm guessing Blind is switching now because no. Okay, he's going Wrecking Ball. So now they're going Hog. They go. I get this Zarya because you can bubble the Wrecking Ball when he engages, but I don't think you're gonna get much value because once the bubble, they don't have enough burst to like take the bubble. But the comp that Badvam is running doesn't really allow them to capitalize on the Winston's dive. I mean on the Wrecking Ball dive. We'll see.
Well, we're gonna see there's the Coalescence by Avichan to keep the rest of his team. There's the last minute bomb combined with the EMP that is down for XCM. Transcendence by Jazz to keep the rest of his team alive. It's one down, so we'll see how they can respond to this, but this is technically going Nike Exile's way if they can play it right. And Beer King just getting those free kills. Up on the high ground, takes out Eric's. About to take out Avichan as well. And that's it for Team Badvam.
I guess the silver lining is that they have more ults on Badvam.
That is true. Eric still hasn't done that Death Blossom, but you can't blame him. There's been no opportunity for Eric's to convert well on that Death Blossom because he can't get up on the high ground.
And like they keep getting picks before the fight starts, or they instantly engage before they can do anything. And Blind Sage is behind them. He's trying to back camp.
Well, we'll see how they're gonna do with this. Vaneless has the McCree ult. Maybe it's enough to push him up. There's Blind Sage up on the high ground, spinning to win to see if he can get it. There's the big boop there, the slam. But Vaneless and Avichan already get taken out. That's 1 DPS and 1 support. There's the Bob by Beer King. And that is it for Nike Exiles. Eric still holding on to that Death Blossom for quite a long time. Same with Gregory. He does 1 last minute, but it's not enough. And that is it for Team Badvam.
I'd like to laugh at them for holding Death Blossom and grab for next round. But they never really got the position where they can engage, right? Which, again, I blame on the team comp. They aren't getting any value running that. And by the time when they swapped, which even that was questionable swap, that was way too late, right? Because like because Nike Exiles had like the superior positioning. They also had a few ults, and they keep and they just keep farming them off of them, right? Which is why I just don't like this.
Yeah, that switch to the Hog Zarya was good for the first point, but not good once the minute Nike Exiles set up on the high ground. So, like, they should have switched back to a dive comp. They should have switched to Winston. They should have switched to D.Va. It worked well before, dived up the high ground, and that would have been it. Any more pressure on Beer King, and that could have been given them the chance.
This is actually the map where I think it would be smart to run Hog Winston. Since I don't think that the Sombra could easily get into a position where she could hack the Wrecking Ball when engaging if they deal with Ashe right. Because Sombra is going to constantly like be on high ground and try to get value behind them. But when they're running Wrecking Ball, it depends. Like if Crackers plays more defensive when they're running the Wrecking Ball, I could see them I could see it being hard to get value out of like diving dash. But honestly, everything would have been better than what they did right now. I would even have preferred seeing them maybe run the Death Ball with Reaper May again. Because as it stands, Reaper did nothing against the comp. And since the reason why why Reaper is often runnable in the dive is because you have a Sombra who can create space for him, right? She like hacks the Diva or whatever. And once Diva is gone, the Reaper can like do damage and actually get value and doesn't get all the shots eaten. But in this context, the Reaper just exists, right? Like when you're running Hog Zarya, it probably also be better if you like have a Mercy and then you're running like an Ashe maybe, and then you can like just run the Washington Justice comp, okay?
The Washington Justice comp. I mean, to be fair, so Overwatch League has been doing really well with that composition, so I'll give them that. I mean, Justice is doing well. I mean, okay, they're not doing. They're all right in the playoffs. They
did well in playoffs.
They nearly. I believe was it them that nearly took San Francisco Shock on a reverse sweep?
It was Shock's first reverse sweep.
Yeah, that was this close to a reverse sweep, where I believe Shock was like, "What the heck? What's just happening? Why is Justice rolling us?"
And then they like stopped in Super, and the Super with Hogs, and like one with Hogs Zarya mirror.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, our next map is going to be 2CP, and we're going to be running it in Anubis. So, is Nike Exiles going to take it away and be our Grand Finals winner here in our best of 5 map series for the Overwatch Community Clash, or is Badvam going to tie it out and we're going to go to a tiebreaker in King's Row? We'll see after this next map here, 2CP on Anubis. Team Badvam at 1 win versus Team Nike Exiles 2 at map 4 of the Overwatch Community Clash Anniversary Grand Final.
I just want more maps, so I'm hoping that.
I really am hoping. I want to see it. I want to see it go to King's Row because I believe King's Row is the perfect equalizer. It'll be the map in which you'll have the long sideline, so the Widow could be played. It'll have good Pharah play as possible. I hope Badvam win this so that we can see it into a map 5 final. But Nike Exile has been playing amazingly this entire series, so we'll see if Badvam have what it takes to push it up to 2CP. Sorry, we'll have what it takes to push it up from in this 2CP matchup. So predictions, Sodium. You think Badvam have what it takes to win in Anubis?
At this point, I'm done predicting. Like,
yeah, I agree with you.
Well, like what the teams run it feels so boring and random that I just look and see.
And we will look and see for this one. So we'll be starting up in a couple more minutes up here for map 4 of our best of 5 series for the EU Grand Final. All right, we are going to be underway in a bit. Let's get ready to roll for both teams. We have Team Badvam versus Team Nike Exiles. If you just joined us for the cast today, welcome to the Overwatch Community Clash Anniversary EU Grand Finals. We have Team Badvam at 1 and Team Nike Exiles on 2.
I don't see what they'll run. Like I could see. Oh wait, who's on defense? Who's on offense?
I believe it'll be Team Badvam on defense because they're on blue team, and Team Nike XL is going to be on offense.
Yeah, my brain is small for those things, so like,
yeah, it's all right.
Your IQ big, my IQ small.
Yep, Team Badvam is going to be running on defense.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's an interesting comp from Badvam. I expect them to lose 0.1 after the first fight. But we'll see.
We'll see, because it's entirely going to rely on how well Casilton and Devil King are going to make that dive. Beer King's probably going to try and best to teleport up on the high ground, take out anyone who's staying up on the high ground, but I don't think they're going to be staying up there. Well, I mean, no one on Team Badvam setting up, so we'll see how they're going to respond to this. This is a setup that for Badvam that I feel like it would work under certain circumstances if they make it work. So we'll see how it's going to go. Blind Sage is just ready for the slam.
I think the lack of Reaper is even worse now because you won't actually have anything to like discourage Winston from engaging, right?
Okay, well there's the Winston engage here, but they do have Baneless on the Junkrat, so that's pretty good. That will be pretty dangerous if the Winston does try to dive the backline. Even they may not be a Reaper, but it's still high enough damage just without the self heal.
Okay, they're rotating around on high ground.
Ooh, Blind Sage just gets hacked, but luckily he's saved by the shield. So he may be down on health, but it looks like he's able to do it. There's the slam here. That's going to take up the high ground. Breaking already takes out Baneless. That's 1 DPS down.
Yeah, this isn't going anywhere.
Oh, they've switched Dragry off from tank into support now, actually.
I didn't realize, yeah.
They're running XEM as the main as the off tank. But interesting enough, they've already had one pick. They haven't pushed up yet. They've relied on the coalescence by Jazz to sustain that. Casilton takes out AV Gen, that's 2. So this may not be going Badvam's way unless they can get a pick. That's 3. XM going down, Blind Sidious going down, and Draggery. And that's it. First point is going to go to Nike Exiles' way.
I expect Nike Exiles to go to point 2, use high ground to get the ult, and then they'll engage and win probably.
I'm out of here.
They got off EMP really soon, right? They got off Death Blossom really soon. All they need to do is farm ults, the EMP Death Blossom, then they win them, and then they win the map. I mean the round at least.
Alright, so let's see how Team Badvam's gonna respond to this. Violence has the tire ready to go. Blind Sidious has his Wrecking Ball ult, so that could be enough. The Minefield might be enough to at least win a couple of team fights, depending on how it goes. Let's see how Vaneless is gonna go here. He's got the tires ready to just find something. 4 seconds to go, though. He's playing it really close here. Doesn't even take out Devil King. Sadly enough, he gets saved by his own bubble.
Jalolk.
Ult economy is currently on Team Badvam's way here. Let's see if Eric's is going to play well with the Tracer ult. All he needs to do is get everyone grouped up. Minefield, the Minefield is going to discourage all of Nike Exiles from going from the right side, but even then, they're still pushing it. It was good enough to stall out, but it may not be enough to get some kills. There's Eric trying to get a pulse bomb, just decides that the pillar is worth it. There's the hack by Crackers. It's going to take all of Team Badvam. Actually hacked every single one of Team Badvam. There's Beer King's Reaper Death Blossom, takes out Draggery.
Death Blossom in another country again, but at least he got a kill, so...
Well, sadly, Beer King may have Death Blossom in another country, but Eric's traveled to that same country, so he's going to get taken out. Blind Sidious with the last minute boop, just trying to get everyone off before he gets the first tick. He's close to getting Crackers, but Casilton finishes off Draggery. There's the XCM ult, the AV-chan's ult there. There's the Graviton Surge by XCM, might be the one that saves them if he can grab it. Sky gets taken down, so that's 1 down, but he still got the beat. This is all stall tactics at this point, trying to see if they can get anyone, if they can get any pick, but Badvam is trying their best to just get some, just to get anything from, just to get any conversions out of their attacks. AV-chan's already switched back to the Brigida just to stall it out. Eric's has switched to the Reaper. He could build Death Blossom fast enough. Devil King's not taking care on the way he's doing his dive. Blind Sidious already takes out Sky based on the Minefield. He might bust out the Reaper Death Blossom, but no, and they stall it out before they even make it to first tick. To the last tick.
See, one of the biggest skill differentiators in Overwatch is knowing when to disengage, okay? And Nike should have disengaged a very long time ago. I understand why I think why I thought they would have had hit him. Oh, there's a reptile.
That's a Riptire by Vanus again. This might be a chance. That bubble is protecting a lot of Team Nike Exiles. 3 seconds to go. Can Vanless get it out? Not enough. Blows just right outside the door.
That's another Jake tire.
That was not a Jake Rat tire. That was, sadly, it looks like Vanless may not be applying for the Houston Outlaws anytime soon, but it might be enough to stall out, at least just based on the time zone alone. Let's see if Eric can get that Death Blossom out. Oh, it looks promising here for Eric, but he's not going to bust it out yet. Maybe he's going to wait for XCM to build up that Graviton Surge before he can bust out the Death Blossom.
He's probably waiting until they can engage and he's pushing to do it.
There's the ult by Casilton. That's enough just to zone them out, but not enough to get any conversions. Let's see how it's going to go. The rest of Team Badvam still fighting on the point. They're not allowing them to get the last tick here. AV-chan working well. There's the Reaper ult by Eric's is not going to get anyone. Just enough to zone out the field. There's the big hack there by Crackers. And he's going to run away, and Nisco's going to leave it out to the rest of the team. Dragon gets taken out. XCM about to build up grab. Maybe it might enough. He gets 4 in the grab, but Beer King gets Wraith forms out of there. But Blind Sidious is able to take out Casilton. Eric's able to take out Cracker. Beer King, again with the Death Blossom, doesn't take anyone out since the rest of his team has decided to kill all of Team Badvam, and that's 1 minute 50 for the clock for Nike Exiles.
That was a beautiful disengage and re-engage. He Death Blossomed, right? And they basically matrixed it and moved out. And the moment they, and because the entirety of Badvam was pushed in, they just took advantage of the Star positioning and EMP'd that. And Badvam could like do nothing about it. And by the time when they got grab, it is very bit too late. Like they got a grab. I put the Wrecking Ball mines around it, but I think they were coordinating for a grab Wrecking Ball combo, but the mines were slightly too far away. which kind of messed it up, and it lost, and it more or less guaranteed that Badvam was going to lose that.
Yeah, exactly. It's just I believe the combination that grab was a little bit late on the push, and if they could have just had it out a little bit earlier, maybe they could have caught more. But it was already under Devil King's monkey ult, so that wasn't there was already too much pressure for Badvam just to make a move. Eric's was at least able to. So you said it before. Beautiful for Nike Exiles to disengage after Eric's did the Death Blossom, and then re-engage again. So this is just. Yeah, Team Badvam really need to pull out something special if they want to make it to a tiebreaker in King's Row. But in about 15 seconds, we're gonna know if Nike Exile is gonna be the EU Grand Final winner for the Overwatch Community Clash anniversary, or if Team Badvam is gonna take it away here and bring us to a Map 5 tiebreaker. In 4 seconds, we are gonna be underway. So what possibly could be the last point here on Anubis, and comps are gonna be exactly the same as before. Beer King gonna be back on the Ashe instead of on the Reaper. Cracker's still sticking with that Sombra, which has been working really well, and Badvam's gonna go take up the high ground push here. See if Eric can try and get Devil King down to a low enough health. He's already at half, but he gets to jump away, and then that was a beautiful dynamite by Beer King, but he's gonna get isolated out here. Devil King takes out XEM. That's one down. All of Team Nike Exiles are extremely low, but they keep getting healed. There hasn't been any definite picks yet. And the target push, Baneless was able to de-mech Casilton. That could be a chance here, but Crackers has decided to go help out Casilton in his de-mech form. But Blind Sidious takes out Casilton, Eric's takes out Devil King, and this could be the push they need. If they can just focus on Beer King, who has still been alive for this long, which is insane, but Dragger is able to take out Crackers. Blind Siege is going to be on the background just to tell them to get away from first point, and they're going to lose first point on Anubis.
Castilian shouldn't have gone for Vaneless. Like, Vaneless was alone in the Pharah, the back behind, he was just spamming at them the entire time from a distance, and since the Mario and Mercy, he couldn't get any heals, right? So he was just a non-threat. If that rotated out of cover, right, which admittedly works better with the Mario, that's current cop, and just use high ground for... And Vaneless is dead.
Vaneless is dead just from Jazz alone, not even from Beer King. So Jazz has been doing such a great job with those Zenyatta right clicks. Like, at some point in time, that might as well be a hit scan. That is dangerous to go up against. And already Vaneless is down, and he's immediately switched from the Pharah to the Genji. So let's see how this is going to change up.
First of all, why you're on Genji in this comp by suicidal? Second thing, Vaneless Genji Omega lol.
Let's see how it's gonna go. AV-chan's got the coalescence ready. He's gonna try and get all of their team alive. Devil King is gonna take the fight up in personal here. And it just matters. There's the minefield up in the middle of the point. It could be enough just to get the picks, but Beer King has the Bob. Blind Sidious is going to be taken out here by Casilton, and if I was Badvam right now, I would be backing up as fast as possible. Try and get everyone out of here without dying or losing any more picks. XEM playing it very dangerous over here at the choke point.
If I was Badvam right now, I would swap the Genji. Oh, and he did it.
And he did it. He swapped Vaneless to swap off the Genji to the back. From the...
What's he doing? Why?
I don't know what Vaneless is doing, but that's wasting ult charge. Ult economy is currently on Nike Exile's way. They have to choose a comp and choose it fast, or else they're not going to make it here. Blind City is back on the ball. Let's see how they're going to go here. Eric's is gonna. There's the hack there by Crackers, able to take out at least 4 on Badvam's way, but no picks. So this is good. There's the beat there, combination of both Draggery and Ivy-chan, and it's a beautiful pick by Eric's. He's probably gonna die. Oh, and he gets taken out by the bomb, but the bomb there saves. It's all up to Ivy-chan. Can he just stall it out? But it's not enough. And Baneless with the Genji. Just there with Blind Sidious on the ball. Can they at least get it the first pick before they get taken out here? No, they can't. And there's a minefield on the point, and they're just gonna take it out.
Okay, the EMP was in a bad position and had no follow-up. But I can kind of forget. Vayne is swapped to the main now.
Vayne has to pick a hero, because honestly, that Genji pick, that could have been a one fight by Badvam, but just that Genji pick just wasn't able to get enough of the resources. Ooh, beautiful pick by Vaneless, taking out Beer King. That's one. Sky was able to revive it, but that's a res down. That's low. So let's see how Team Badvam can deal with it. All they need to do is get it to third point. They don't need to win this Nepal to win this Anubis fight. So this is all on the fact that you can take it. XCM takes out Sky. Blind Sidious takes out Jazz. This could be the fight that wins this. Can they at least stall out Can they at least stall out Devil King here? Eric takes out Beer King. It's all on if Devil King. Can he survive against this May onslaught? But it may not be enough. Eric takes out Devil King. Now all they have to do is defend. They're already at the first point. They just need to win this. With 2 minutes 44 on the time bank, can they just take out Casilton enough just to stall it out to the point? Or is Team Nike Exiles going to be able to stall it out? Beer King switches the Tracer. There's the bomb. There's the mail. Everyone's going to get frozen here. They switch to the ball. Ball's going down. He's going to get taken out by Eric. It's just 1 point left with just a little bit on the tick. Can they win it? Made Valus just walling them out. Jazz tries to transcend, but it's not enough, and round 2 goes to Team Badvam.
You see, Valus used to be a professional Overwatch player back in the day, and he played on Team Dignitas, which happened to have Linkser, okay? And Valus always said that Linkser would tilt swap to Mage in scrims, and then he'd carry the team. So he's basically channeling his inner Linkser and using it to basically win the map.
Okay. That Genji, seriously. They would have gotten like
Genji, oh my God.
they could have gotten 4 minutes on the time if Vaneless wasn't on Genji. That was why.
Yeah,
Why?
Genji was like, dude, he goes Genji, and then he just and then that's a textbook example of why you don't play Genji, okay? He goes Genji, gets hacked, gets fucked by the Moira, and then just gets destroyed by the team, like.
And then there was this beautiful, and then XCM does this beautiful Graviton Surge, right? And then they time it out perfectly, get 3 pick, and then Vaneless with the Genji nowhere to be seen. The minute he goes May, suddenly he gets a pick on Beer King, and suddenly the match is won. I'm just saying, that inner Linkser, channeling the inner Linkser makes perfect sense now.
Man, Genji is so dog right now. Like, unless you're nanoblading, or you're countering a very specific comp, you get 0 value out of him.
All right, now
you'd ever play him.
let's bring it back a little bit. Let's be a little bit more serious. With 40 seconds on the clock, with 1 minute 48 seconds on the clock, do you think Nike Exiles has enough time to get the first point and push it, or are we going to be looking at what could be a battle in ticks right now?
Looking at the compositions, I expect Nike
Ooh,
Exiles.
big pick by Blind Sidious taking out Beer King. That's a beautiful hook right there. XCM takes out Devil King, and that's a team fight done by Nike Exiles. They're gonna have to back away fast if they don't want to wait that time bank.
Am I smelling a map 5 here?
This might be a map. We might be going to a map 5, Sojum. I actually can't believe this. We might be going to a map 5 by that beautiful play by Blind Sidious on the hook. Let's see how it's gonna go. That could have actually stalled them out. That's 1 team fight lost. Now they're switching team compositions. This might be deadly because the minute you start switching team composition under time pressure, it starts playing with your head. So we'll see how Crackers can deal with on the Pharah. He's gonna try and get a pick. There's a hook there by Blind Sidious. He gets zoned out. This is actually pretty dangerous unless he can get back to the team fast enough. He doesn't. Beer King takes out Blind Sidious. Now it's all up to Team Badvam. All they have to do is just stall out the point, just so that they can finish off the time back. But it may not be enough. They're going to contest the point, and with 40 seconds to go, they're going to take team point A. 36 seconds to go.
Avichan survive? No. Okay, they survive.
Yeah, and Avichan was able to make it back out before the point. 30 seconds to go. Now it's all up to, can they take that 56 second full hold?
It's a Pharah without a Mercy again, but with... Okay, they swap to the Echo, and now Venus is probably gonna swap because playing Echo to Pharah is like suicide.
It is suicide, and Valence has switched to the May, channeling that inner Linkser. Let's see how it's gonna go. They're gonna try and go for the Echo first, but it looks like Echo's able to get the sticky bombs out and get 2. They wall out Nike Exiles from the main point. They're gonna try and still push it. They're not gonna go around. They're gonna try push straight into the point. No picks yet. Coalescence by Jazz to try and keep the sustain up. No ults as of this moment for Badvam. So this is all on whether they can do. There's the Graviton Surge. Beautiful Graviton Surge, but no one to contest it. So all they did was just stall out the point for time bank. There's Eric trying to DMX Casilton, but Casilton takes out Eric, and it looks like it's all down to, can Badvam stall the point? They're gonna try and take out Sky. Vaneless gets Ice Block. XCM gets Nano just to try and get in there, but it doesn't look like it. That's the first tick. That's the second tick. Can they get the third tick before overtime? And they do.
They got it just in OT. So, I think, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they got an OT. So, if Badvam, since the debate time, like, if Badvam manages to like take point first and then Snowball B, they should have the advantage, but I don't know.
I honestly don't know. I don't know if Nike Exiles are gonna like. It all depends on the first point. Badvam
is so random.
Like, Badvam can take this to map 5 if they want to. If they want to, Badvam can take this to map 5.
But like the question is, do they want to?
Do they want to? But like they have the capabilities, they have the composition. All they gotta do is just play it right, and they take it to map 5. But Nike Exile, 0 seconds on the time bank. That is still sketchy for them. It's not. The game's not over yet. I'm saying that like the game may be, the game may be won for Nike Exiles in their mind, but there's still a probability, and the probability is still quite high. Not enough for it to be a sure win. So we'll see how they're gonna play here with the pressure.
Are they actually gonna run Diva Zarya? Because that's probably one of the worst tank duos you could possibly run. Okay, they aren't.
Alright, so let's see how they're gonna go. They have Beer King on the Ashe against Veinless Pharah. We don't know. Nike Exile has a chance here to win this.
They swap the Mercy again. So unless Casillion throws like last time, I think they shouldn't cap.
This is like just some gigantic gambling game here. It's like they're playing poker with the game, just trying to figure out where they want to go. They're going for the high ground push again. Veinless trying to get some picks. It's not enough. They're gonna try and push it out. Ooh, big slam there by Blind Sidious, nearly taking out Sky. Sky's actually one. Abi-chan takes out Sky. There's another one by Jazz. That's 2. Badvam might be able to take it away on first point alone. Veinless takes out Crackers. That's it. That's it for Nike Exile. They have to back away. They can't stall here, or else first points go. Ooh, beautiful shot by Veinless. Take out Beer King.
I'm so done with this.
This game is insane. This game is insane. Okay, Blind Sidious already got Blind Sidious is gonna just straight up onto the first point, gonna take a big slam here. Casilton is playing really dangerous. He's low. Let's see how Veinless is gonna go. They switch Crackers onto the Echo, but Eric was able to take it out. It's still 1-1. Let's see how it's gonna go on the pick. Badvam has the advantage. Oh, Eric's with a beautiful boop there. Can't take out Beer King. And it's still going Badvam's way. There's the ult by Blind Sidious to minefield the entire point. All they have to do is just stay alive and win. But Crackers has decided to say no to that, and they've taken out 3. Now 1 minute 34 on the time bank. All they have to do is stall at the point, but it's enough. They have to disengage, and it's a win by Nike Exiles.
Not even 1 tick. That's unfortunate.
That is unfortunate. Not even 1 tick. But 1 minute 23. All they have to do is do 1 team fight win. XCM has the grab, but Nike Exiles has the ult economy.
Veinless is doing the Linkser again.
Veinless is doing the Linkser again. Let's see if that Mave Wall is gonna be the one that pushes it. They're gonna try and go. It looks like they know that Beer King's not running the Ashe now because they're not on the high ground. They're gonna see if they can push this on the neutral game alone. XCM has the grab. Eric's has the Death Blossom. That is the win condition for Team Badvam right here. They need to do that, but Casilton takes out Blind Sidious. There's the grab that gets eaten by Casilton. Beautiful play by Casilton. That is the play that they needed, and Nike Exiles gonna win that team fight. Badvam has to back away fast enough, or else they're gonna get stalled out. Let's see how they're gonna play this.
Blind goes in, instantly gets hacked, and gets destroyed by the rest of the team.
Are we going to a map 5 or not? This doesn't look good. I am standing on the edge of my seat here. I do not know. It takes 1 misplay by Nike Exile, and that's it for the game. So we'll see how they're gonna play this last 30 seconds of this match. Draggery has to beat. That might be what wins it. Veinless takes out Devil King. This might be map 5. We might be going to map 5. All they have to do is the beat. There's the beat there by the Reaper ult. He gets eaten again. That's insane. That is insane. Beer King takes out Eric's. It's just all on the point. Beer King takes out Veinless. Now it's just all on a stalled composition, but it's not enough, and it looks like Nike Exile is gonna win this team fight. At overtime, we are going to see Nike Exile as our EU Grand Final winner for the Overwatch Community Clash anniversary. Thank you very much for watching. That is Nike Exiles as our winner of the Best of 5 series.
I'm not sure whether Veinless mistimed when the Matrix would be out, but he literally yeeted the Blizzard right into it.
That was insane. That was an insane. Even up to that point, the minute Veinless had the Blizzard ult,
Oh my God,
I still say that was insane. That was, yeah, XCM just going mad, going ham on the. Sorry, that was a matchup. Congratulations. That was a good game by Nike Exiles. Congratulations, Team Nike Exiles, for being our Overwatch Community Clash Anniversary Grand Final EU Grand Final winner. Thank you so much for participating, Team Badvam. You guys went real deep into the into the tournament, but that was a win for Team Nike Exiles. So thank you very much to Badvam for participating in this tournament, but congratulations to Team Nike Exiles for making that win. So, I mean, Sojum, like, I don't know what else to say. We've been talking a lot about the matchup, and I think it's really just that was just a good match. That was a good series. Like
both teams made some mistakes, but overall it's still pretty fun to watch. Like,
yeah.
It wasn't like a certain other matchup where they were just more or less seeing who could int more, right? This was actually a matchup, and they were like outplaying each other and punishing mistakes, which was pretty interesting to watch.
I agree 100%. I agree. That was just like the match. Like the first map was like we memed a lot about the compositions, but you have to agree those compositions gave such great matches.
Oh, they made for really fun matches and fights. Yeah.
It's just they could have won. Badvam could have won, and Nike Exiles could have won even earlier, just by punishing those like weird compositions. It was madness overall, and that's one of the best Overwatch that's the best thing you can ask for from an Overwatch tournament. Even though the compositions don't make sense, if it was such a mad and like matchup that was just insane plays and players popping off, like I mean, if you were to choose an MVP for at least both teams, who would you choose for Nike Exiles?
For Nike Exiles?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my brain is too small to like understand proper tank play. So I'd say either Beer King or Crackers. I mean, I am biased as a DPS player, so.
Well, to be fair, I am biased as a tank player, but I do believe that I think like Devil King and Casilton were the core. They were the anchor of Nike Exiles, but Beer King and Crackers were the X factor. And just also like I just want to shout out, like I know supports don't normally get get shouted out during the matches, but Sky and Jazz, okay, Sky on those Mercy reses and Jazz alone just on the Zenyatta, on those Zenyatta picks, like it was just insane. Like Velas got picked off by no less than all of the people on the other team, either by the Diva, by the Winston, by the Zenyatta. It's just, you know, if Beer King's not picking off the DPS, Jazz is picking it up just from the Zenyatta. So that was a good play.
Yeah, that was. But yeah. Also, by the way, in the last match, rather than you said that you were standing at the edge of your seat, but like, please don't stand in your seat. That's like really unhealthy. Especially out of the edge, you could fall down and break your neck. So.
I mean, to be fair though, like the adrenaline of that match kind of did make me just like stand up, because that was just like, if I could like if I had a standing desk, honestly, I would have like bumped my head on it. Like that was just God. That was a play. That was a game. Anyways, I'm gonna try and get one of the players from Nike Exiles to interview here on the casting desk. But before we leave, Sojum, thank you so much for being my co-caster and analyst for the desk. It's a pleasure to have you back here since the last community clash. You've been helping out also a couple more times over the anniversary. So thank you so much for being my co-caster for today. That was a great match to co-cast and to like just watch in general. So again, like props to you, my dude.
Okay.
You really take compliments so seriously, man. Like.
What should I say? I should be like, yeah. Oh, it's good.
It was a pleasure casting with you, Poxycats. It'd be really great, you know. I mean, you were great, like main caster as well. No, it's okay, so you might get it, you know. But still.
Okay.
But still, that was great. All right, we're gonna get the captain for Nike Exiles here for the on the desk. We'll see if we can get some. We'll see if we can get his thoughts on the entire tournament and maybe also what happened in that final match.
Hello.
All right. Hi. No Crackers. You're from Nike Exiles, right? You're the team captain?
I am. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So first and foremost, my man, congratulations to what could be a great series for the grand finals.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you guys played your hearts out on that last map, on that last one on Anubis. It's just like that was insane the way you guys were trying to stall it out. That was pretty good. But first and foremost, I just want to pick your mind a little bit. So we do apologize for you guys having to be pushed up from the semifinals, but one of the teams had to drop out. But you guys fought against Team Badvam in the group stage. How did it feel going up against in the grand finals? Did you guys know that there was a certain composition that you had to fight up against, or was it like just as long as you get into their heads?
I think the biggest thing was like when we looked at the VOD when we finished our first game, because we I'll be honest, we got rolled by them like in the group stage, and to be honest, we were just looking at everything they were doing and how we can adapt our playstyle to work around it. It's why I'm the flex DPS player for my team. It's why I unfortunately I don't like it, hate it, but have to play Sombra, and because they like running the bull, they like running the hog, they like running that kind of stuff, it's very susceptible to the Sombra, so we started to play around the Sombra and also playing a bit more passively and trying to enable our Ashe to do a bit more, like just more damage and just get more value and just poke them down. That was when we were playing that, and in the Reaper and Sombra comp, we would just try to glue together more and just focus down targets better than we tried to ever have but done before. So that was basically the way we tried to approach the situation.
I mean, you guys approach it perfectly, because like I was there during the first map and I was casting that match, and like you guys played a lot more aggressive in the group stage against Badvam, but you guys were being rolled by the Wrecking Ball. The fact that you guys switched up the composition during the grand finals, that was like that you guys did your homework. You knew that Badvam runs certain comps, but I just want to pick your mind a little bit more on how you guys did with Beer King on the Ashe, because it's like you like Crackers switching to the Sombra, even though it's like being forced to play a role, that was the key that unlocked your team fights against Badvam, because by having the Sombra, it kind of like gave Beer King a lot more space on the Ashe to get those picks on the backline.
It picks them apart. It creates chaos, and by doing that, it gives Beer King more time to do his shit. And like my job is in that team comp specifically is to enable Beer King, and we've all kind of accepted that, and or not in a bad way, but in a good way. And so what we do is, you know, trying to take as little damage as we can, support Beer King in every way we can, and hack it. Basically, our goal in my head specifically is I need to hack the target that will cause Beer King the most trouble. That is my goal. So, for example, D.Va is the main one. Hog is another big one. You know, just the fat bodies that we can blow up like that kind of stuff. To just get it out of his way, and so he can just do the damage is basically the goal that we've been trying to set for ourselves in this meta. And
it's been working extremely well, but that wouldn't be the case. Even then, that wouldn't be the case without you guys having your core anchor tanks, because like Devil King and Casilton alone have accounted for at least, I mean, Casilton just on that last map on Anubis ate the blizzard that could have made it into a map 5 series.
I know, and the grab as well. Like, oh, it was insane.
Like props to Casilton on those D.Va plays. That was impeccable with the way you guys were playing those matches.
Insane. Yeah, it really was.
So like, and also not to like, you know, leave out the rest of the team, but like Sky with those mercy plays, especially early on, those reses were enough to keep you guys into the fight. But Jazz as the Zenyatta picked off Veinless in one shot. The Pharaoh, like, you guys don't even need a hit scan when you got Jazz on the Zenyatta. Because
exactly, we have our cores. We have the monkey and the tracer. When we do play tracer, but obviously we play Sombra this time. We play the monkey and the Sombra is the kind of thing that the damage is comboed with, and then we have the backline core of enabling Jazz and Beer King to do as much damage as they can, and Cass either going to help the front line depending on the team comp, going to help the back line depending on the enemy team comp, all that kind of stuff. So we all try to make it like a working unit, and I'm really proud of my team that after struggling so much in the group stage that we've come so far, and you know, it's great.
And also, you don't put yourself down, my Crackers. I've seen some of those EMP plays. That actually, like, you know, a couple of those matches, that was it. You've done the win condition for you guys. The minute the EMP's out, all you have to do is do the damage. So, like,
exactly, yeah.
So, a couple more things. So, just you guys are a new team or an organization? Because like a lot of the people that join us in the community class are usually just, you know, teams that just wanted to join group of friends. You yourselves are the Nike Exiles. Like, are you guys participating in like tier 3 division team? Oh, sorry, tier 3 of division tournaments?
Well, we are part of a server, New Exiles, right? And we use that as basically kind of our front. So it's obviously people that have just who are in the server, who look for scrims, look for our ringers, want a place to hang out, and they're just the team. All the teams are named like some Greek god or Greek animal Exiles. And so basically we use that to find tournaments, to find that kind of stuff, anything along those lines, when the admin, you know, updates us with anything along those lines. And you know, we participated in OD, we participated in the season 1 of the next the new Exiles tournament, which was pretty massive, and we played in the expert division of that, so it was like Grandmaster upwards. But that was slightly before Nike, and we managed to win that. So we've actually had a pretty successful history of doing well in tournaments before. Because it's just been quite the experience just going through it all.
Yeah, I mean, more power to you guys. I'm guessing we're going to be seeing you a lot more in the tier 3 division, especially. Good luck in this coming open division as well if you guys are participating. But I think you guys, as a team, are well prepared for this. Like, I think you guys have what it takes to make it deep onto a lot of the tier 3 tournament scene. So congratulations, honestly. Sojim, you got anything to add? You want to ask a little bit?
You guys are like 50 million IQ, man. Your IQ is like twice your SR.
my co-desk analyst as well. He's great. He's great when he does the plays, but it's and of course he also brings in the comedy as well. We do apologize for some of the cracks. Like we did make a crack on Beer King where he does his death blossoms in another country whilst the opposite team's like in one place. But
that's absolutely fun. We love it. Like more power to you guys. We love a bit of banter on our team. It's really important.
But you guys played extremely well, and of course. Thank you very much for participating in the community clash. We wouldn't our tournaments. Our tournament can't be done without people participating in it, and teams like you, teams like Nike Exiles and Badvam, they make the community clash what it is. So sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. I just wanted to say, like, again, thank you so much for actually organizing it, or all of you, getting all together, having some casters, all that kind of stuff. It's been really like cohesive and easy to follow, and I really appreciate that. It's been a lot less scuffed than some other stuff I've seen.
Hey, we try our best to make the production as best as possible. I mean, even though we're a community, might as well have, it's for some people it's the first time on camera, it's the first time in a stream. So hey, if you guys are gonna have your first time doing a tournament, might as well be on the stream as well. So
exactly.
So so again, thank you very much for joining the tournament. Before we head off and end the show and move on to the NA finals, Crackers, do you have anything to say about Nike Exiles? I mean, is your time, like, we'll give you like some time to shine, just maybe promote your organization, or maybe even just like show out some socials to follow the team. See, maybe you'll get some new followers and do follow the team as they go through the tournament scene.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not sure about. I don't think we don't have any kind of social or anything like that. But obviously, I'd love it if everyone could, anyone who hears this would like to join New Exiles that isn't a part of it, because there's some fantastic teams there, and it's a great community to hang out in and that kind of stuff. And they do pugs, Among Us, whatever you want, and it's just a really enjoyable place to be. And the admin is lovely. He'll sort you out with whatever you need. And I guess just with Nike, it's just onwards and upwards from here, I suppose. Anything we want to do, any time that we have free and we can participate and do well, we're going to do it, and we're going to adapt in the best way we possibly can. But I mean, I would just really would like Flex DPS to be meta again. Please God, I don't want to play Summer anymore.
No, I'm with you. The meta right now is rough for DPS players. I mean, for tank players as well. So
yeah, exactly. I just want to play Echo, bro.
You did it at the end.
I did at the end, yeah.
Anyways, again, thank you very much, Crackers, and congratulations to you and your team, Nike Exiles, for being our Community Clash EU Grand Final winners. And you guys are gonna win a coveted Discord role on the sidebar, so you guys are probably gonna get a lot more attention than usual when you just drop by in the chat. But thank you very much.
Nice. And I just wanted to say thank you to Bad as well for such an amazing game. Like, you made it such a challenge for us to adapt to you, and like, I really appreciate that you gave my team definitely something to work on. And like, there's so many. This is going to make excellent review material. Like, honestly, you guys were amazing.
Okay. Well, that team, give it up for Team Badvam as well. They played well.
Of course.
But anyways, thank you very much for joining us in the Desk Crackers. Hopefully we'll see you soon in the tournament, in the future, in upcoming community clashes. We'd love to have you back on again. So of course, congratulations, and enjoy the victory.
Yeah.
Just beware of the just beware of the e-girls who are gonna come for you because they're on the sidebar.
I'll do my best. You won't catch me simping, I promise.
Okay, perfect.
All right, guys, thank you very much for joining us over here in the casting desk. We'll be back shortly for the NA finals. So If you guys want to stay tuned, our NA finals are going to be happening at 2 p.m. EDT. And thank you again for joining us for the grand finals of the EU Clash. This has been Palkticaster, your main caster in Descos, and I have Sojum here as my co-caster and analysis. And we'll see you soon after the break.